So this is Ike and this is Eki. Yo, I'm Max. For as long as I can remember, I've been obsessed with reptiles, amphibians, ectotherms, insects. It all started when I was a kid. I walked into a pet store and I saw my first red-eared turtle. And I remember seeing them and I thought, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. I've gone through my whole life thinking I'll grow out of this hobby, and I just haven't. Now in my 30s, I can't get enough. And now the plan is my dream reptile room. That's what all this is for. I never thought I'd get into content creation. I never wanted to be a social media influencer. I don't want to be a thought leader. I'm new, I'm learning, just like you all are. I'm not an expert. I'm just having fun. That's what it's all about. I think this is dope. It's a dope hobby. I think reptiles are cooler than most people think. They're amazing, incredible animals. And we in New Zealand here have some of the most incredible species around the world. And I am very lucky to keep a handful of them. This video is about keeping it simple. The whole less is more approach. Now, I've made bioactive enclosures, I've made terrariums, I've made paludariums, I've made aquariums. I've kept everything since I was a kid. Now, when I get my dream reptile room in the future, I will have an amazing scaped terrarium for them. It'll be bioactive, it'll be a cave system, we'll have everything, it'll be epic. But I don't have that reptile room right now. I'm operating out of a dungeon, or my garret, so to speak. But it's growing. And my hobby's growing. I'm trying to be a little bit different. What I've created today is just a basic setup. Paper towels, dishes, some hides. Obviously leopard geckos eat live insects, so you need to think about that if you're gonna get one as a pet, and also temperature gradients. They can't get too cold, they can't get too hot. Once again, I'm learning. Stay tuned for the next one.
This is the Royal Kawa Gecko of New Zealand. Now, unless you live in New Zealand, in your lifetime, you might not even see this gecko. And I'm fortunate enough to keep it in captivity, with a perma of course. A terrestrial species, also known as the common gecko, a rather peculiar name for a gecko that I've never seen in the wild, nor I would even think is common, but an amazing species nonetheless. I've got a soft spot for this little fella. I've got our amazing green geckos, our amazing forest geckos, but this gecko, it's plumpy, it's got loose skin, it's got big toes, it's a super cool animal, and I hope you can respect it, like I respect it. So today I am doing the most basic leopard gecko setup. And why? Because it's simple and it suits me. I've had bioactive enclosures, but I'm going back to basics. So I stripped out MaxtheGrot. Now why? We'll get to the why. Firstly, you'll need a heat mat on one end. That's the warm end. It's a little bit dirty, but still, we can work with it. Paper towels. Well, paper towels are easy to clean, easy to make sure that they're producing waste, they're eating, and super easy to replace. Put your hides in. I'm gonna have 2 leopard geckos in here, so I'm gonna need multiple hides. I'm gonna need 2 humid hides. I need sphagnum moss, damp sphagnum moss. After that, it's simple. Dishes, the D3 powder, water, a food dish. So I get the water in there, I get the D3 powder in there, and the geckos are in there. Now I've got a normie and I've got a morph. Normally you'd have 1 male to 3 females, or 1 male to 2 females. Usually that's the ratio you want when you keep them together, but these guys live really well together. And remember, with experience is the only time you should ever do this. This is Ike. He's my morph tangerine shrimper, and he's an absolute ledge. Eki's a normie, and she's also a ledge. Now he's got a bit of a goanna throat, which makes him unique, and he's also albino, means that he's sensitive to the light. Now these guys, I give them mealworms, I give them locusts, crickets, soldier fly larvae. They eat live insects. They can eat, I guess, that reptile food, or like freeze-dried crickets. But most of the time, they're going to want live food. So you need to think about that before you get leopard geckos. But otherwise, they're the most popular pet lizard for a reason. Look at them. They're stunning. Super easy to handle. They get to a cool size. And they're stunning. Really inquisitive, really interactive. Super cool to watch. Absolute legends. Yo, I got another one here from Reptile Fanatics. And I hope you enjoyed this one. It's about leopard geckos. I like to keep it clean. I like to keep it simple. I like to create art. I like to do things a little bit different. Hope you enjoyed this one. Little flavour of New Zealand. Reptiles and amphibians are dope. Stay tuned for the next one.